The first mobile phone call was made 50 years ago between two companies that developed mobile phone technology. After that, this tool is now being used in ways that no one ever expected. The year was 1973. Joel Engel, an American engineer who worked on NASA's Apollo program, was leading the team trying to build the world's first mobile phone. Bell Labs, the company where Engel worked, had been instrumental decades earlier in the research and development of phones that could be used to talk on the go. His team was now trying to take the technology a step further, a device that you could carry around in your hand, the current form of mobile. On April 3rd, the landline phone in Engel's laboratory rang. When he picked up the phone, a voice came from the other side. "Hello, Joel?" The voice belonged to Martin Cooper, who was the leader of a rival research group working on similar phones at radio and electronics company Motorola. Cooper said on the phone that, "I'm calling you from a mobile phone, a real mobile phone. A mobile phone that can be held anywhere in the hand." The rival company won the race to be the first to make a mobile phone, and that too in a similar fashion. Standing in front of reporters and photographers, Cooper made the call from the front of the Hilton Midtown Hotel on 6th Avenue in New York, about 30 miles from rival company Bell Labs in New Jersey. It was soon going to be possible to have a mobile phone conversation with another person, and even multiple people from anywhere at any time. This was followed by the ability to send short text messages and later images and finally emojis. 50 years after Cooper made that first mobile phone call, mobile phones are now being used in an extraordinarily multi-party way. How much more multifunctional it has become and has changed our lives in the most unexpected ways. Cooper's prototype phone was brick-shaped and grey in colour, with a large antenna but no screen. It was not a pretty instrument to look at, but it made history. Although the US government at the time supported the project, the new industry faced many technical and regulatory challenges. It took another 10 years for this device, the mobile phone, to become available to the general public. The Nokia N95, released in 2006, also featured an FM radio, a colour screen, stereo speakers and a video camera. It also had very slow internet access. For a few months, it was the best phone on the market. Unfortunately, in the following June, Apple launched the iPhone, which became a major challenge for Nokia. Here in the 20s, iPhones are everywhere around the world, and the Nokia N95 is rarely seen. But like the iPhone, the N95 exemplifies the high standards that distinguish modern mobile devices from their predecessors. They are not just phones, but instead devices that combine a wide range of technology services into a single device. Windmill says that computer chips and transistors have gotten smaller and faster, expanding the functionality and uses of these devices. We get more processing power on them, and they have more capacity to put more sensors. So early smartphones added features like internet browsers, cameras, location services, flashlights, Bluetooth, and accelerometers. Then there's circuitry that can tell at what angle the phone is held, allowing it to automatically switch your display from portrait mode to landscape. These technical capabilities are getting better and better with time. Today's smartphones include banking, your personal assistant, pocket-sized cinema screens, and even music players. They also have gyroscopes, barometers, thermometers, magnetometers, infrared sensors, and fingerprint sensors. Innovation in the use of mobile phones has been astounding. Internet speeds for mobile phones have improved dramatically, thanks in part to 5G internet, and manufacturers are already discussing the possibility of introducing 6G networks in the coming years. The computational capacity of phones has also increased, and advanced software applications have provided innovative ways to use these devices. For example, in medicine, iPhones have already begun to replace expensive devices that display videos taken through endoscopes during brain surgery. During the coronavirus pandemic, Bluetooth enabled software engineers to create contact detection systems that could tell when we were close to infected people, and that's when we found this mobile phone to be a terrifying alert with a ping sound. Video calling enables doctors to communicate with and diagnose patients in remote areas. The combination of artificial intelligence with the extraordinary data collection capabilities of smartphones is creating even more opportunities. A new British startup, NoVoice, uses machine learning to detect the early signs of Alzheimer's disease by analysing the voice of conversations recorded on mobile phones. Similarly, GPS devices in phones also enable us to use them as sat-navs. But the bundled technology has also enabled the creation of navigational features that are less well known than Google Maps, but very important to its users, such as haptic nav for the blind or touch-based navigation facilities. Researchers have used the vibration capabilities inside most modern smartphones to create digital maps, similar to Google Maps, that create textures that visually impaired people can feel with their fingers and navigate according to their surroundings. By changing the intensity and frequency of the vibrations, they can also create a sense of different textures on the screen, as the user can feel their way through a journey, indicating features they want to be aware of. It has been taken a step further by integrating a phone app, Haptic Nav, into a wristband that uses vibrations to guide people to their destinations. However, mobile phones are often poorly received in school classrooms, creating a distraction for students. Windmill says you can see how the muscles of the human body move. You can take bones apart and see what they're actually made of. He added that such apps are helping to make higher education accessible to everyone. You don't need an expensive PC, you don't need an expensive headset. You can put augmented reality or virtual reality on any device. Windmill for young children refers to an augmented reality animation app created by Disney Research, which projects drawings of cartoon characters onto the phone screen as they are colored. There are few fields of human endeavor that have not yet been touched by the smartphone. Phones also seem to play a mediating role in our engagement with the natural world. Many of us use apps like Picture This or Google Lens to identify plants. Farmers can also use phone-based apps to identify weeds, diseases, pests, and stress symptoms in their fields. By getting data from local weather stations, farmers are also making more use of the tools provided in these phones that help them manage irrigation schedules. And scientists can monitor the carbon freeze and general health of forests with data collected by LiDAR scanners, which are now available in many popular phones, including the latest iPhones. LiDAR stands for light detection and ranging and uses laser technology to measure distance to quickly create a 3D digital model of an object or room. This is what the IKEA Place app uses, for example, to show you how a piece of furniture would look in your home by creating a 3D model of it. Researchers at the University of Cambridge have found a way to use these phone sensors to measure the diameter of trees in a forest, allowing them to assess the health of the forest. But along with the benefits, phones also bring problems. The ill effects of smartphone addiction and their ready access to social media such as Instagram and Twitter have also created widespread fear. For example, how mobile phones affect children's mental health, although the evidence is conflicting. As smartphones continue to evolve, so many new ways of using them are revealed. Elizabeth Wyke, author of The Smartphone Anatomy of an Industry, says, "With the new generation of folding phones, even better phones are being made, and they're even bigger screens that fit in our pockets." Wyke thinks the same is true of smart glasses, an innovation that aims to be an adaptable device with the capabilities of a smartphone. Google Glass was a well-known failure, says Wyke, but smart glasses actually make a lot of sense once they know how to make a good pair. Why carry a device in your pocket when you can listen to audio directly, and images can guide you to a destination or make a purchase, and even help you recognize people? Who would have thought that Angel's beige box would create such a spectacle?